Hi everybody out there, my name is Freddie or Golfer Fred. Coming to you today, put a video together on the lateral water hazard and the water hazard, what the differences are, why they're so important. Why they're so important is because every golf course has them. From even some of the par threes to some of the nicest golf courses out there, they all seem to have water inside of them. For me, I found it to be very important on what I'm doing once that happens and what the differences are once that happens. I don't like to really guess at things. I don't like to, just assume. I like to know facts. So decided to put this little video together. I spent the weekend uh, kind of doing some research into different things, and everywhere I found says that you can hit within a water hazard or a lateral water hazard, but I never found nothing in for sure. Everything always went back to it's in Rule 26-1, but I go to Rule 26-1 and it's I just wasn't even getting, I just wasn't getting it. So I finally got it, thanks to my wife. She read it too, and this is pretty much what it sums up to. Okay, I got two scenarios here. Whoops, one marker. I got two scenarios here. The top one being a water hazard, which is defined with yellow stakes. Okay, and the bottom one being a lateral water hazard being defined in red stakes. We're assuming that these two are par threes, par fours, either way, it doesn't matter. And this is what the main difference is between the two. Now, on the top here, the top scenario here, if the golfer at the tee box hits his ball and say it goes into the water hazard here, again, which is defined by yellow stakes, the golfer has a couple of options. The number one option and the really most important option is he can play it from inside there. Mind you, by him playing it inside there are certain rules. Rule number one is he can't ground his club. Rule number two, he can't use his feet, his hands, his caddy, anybody like that, to check the conditions of the actual ground itself. And three is he can graze the top of the grass. Okay, he just can't hit the ground. So that's important too. Okay, so if he was, say he was in here, say here it was here, say he was just inside the hazard, okay, and say there was about a foot or so buffer, and say he was just inside that, same rules apply. He can hit it from there, he just cannot ground his club on the ground, okay, and the grass being so low that it's better just to treat it as a bunker and just don't hit the ground. If that happens, then you incur a one-stroke penalty. Okay, the next rule is he can find the tee or the actual flagstick, draw a line from the point that he went in at, okay, and he can go 2 club lengths to the left, 2 club lengths to the right, no nearer the hole, or he can go as far back as he wants. There's no restriction, okay? Shoulder height, drop your ball, you're good to go. That's yellow stakes. That's hazard, water hazard, okay? So number one, you can hit from inside a hazard. 2, you can always go back to the tee box, re-tee it again, okay? But if you do that, you're playing number 3, okay? And the same thing here, I'm sorry, got ahead of myself. If you do this here, you go back, you're playing number 3, you're taking a 1-stroke penalty, okay? If you play it inside here, there's no stroke penalty as long as you don't ground your club and do all the other stuff. So that's number 1. Number 1 scenario right here. So the next one is a lateral water hazard, and that's defined by red stakes. And that's mainly because it's not possible, say you hit it and it went in over here, you can't very well go all the way back. So you would have to take option one, always being option number one, is you hit it from inside the hazard. Say you hit it and it goes like, say it goes right over here. Not in the water, but you're still within the red stakes. Number one is you can hit it from right there. No penalty, again, going by those rules. Okay? The next one is you take 2 club lengths, no nearer the hole, shoulder height, drop, you're good to go. With that one there, again, you're incurring a stroke and you're going to be hitting ball number 3. Your next option is to re-tee at the tee box, and you can re-tee it up. You don't have to play it off the ground. You can re-tee it up. But again, if you do that, that's 3 strokes. Okay. So in that instance, you're kind of doing the same thing. If you come in and say, even if you went into the water here, played a golf course the other day, and my ball was just inside the water, and I actually could have hit the ball. But again, I wasn't sure of the rule. I wasn't 100%. This the main reason why I'm making the video is I wanted to make sure of the rule first. So to be safe than sorry, I decided to say, you know what? I'm in a hazard. I can pick it up, take it outside the hazard, and drop it. Now, when you drop outside the hazard, being a water hazard or a lateral water hazard, you drop from the line. So if you did, say you were here, okay, say it was up here, you would draw, imagine a line, most places have it marked, but you would draw a line across, just like that, 2 club lengths, or whichever one applies, top or bottom, and drop. You will not mark from here 2 club lengths. No. Your relief is from the stakes themselves. So if you're seeing it, and for instance, just going like this, say here's the stakes. Okay, you're going to imagine a line going through each one. And in either scenario you pick, you get relief from that point. Not the point of where the water starts, from the point of where the stakes are at. So, to recap, number one, actually no, let me do it again, just to make sure we're clear. Number one being a water hazard. If you can hit the ball from a water hazard, you can hit it. No stroke penalty. Again, same rules apply. You can't ground your club. You can't feel around. You can't touch around. No one in your caddy can't do it if you're that lucky to get a caddy. Okay. If you do that, you're hitting stroke number 2. Okay. Your next option is you can always take it back. Being the tee box, being the last place you hit it, you could always take it back. Okay. But if you do that, you're hitting stroke number 3. Okay. Your third option is you can, where the ball went into, mark it. You can go as far back as you want to. Okay. Shoulder height, drop. Again, 1 stroke penalty, you're hitting number 3. Okay. But for me, luckily, there was no water in here, and I was able to hit my shot from inside there. But I wasn't 100% sure, so I went ahead and picked it up and moved it. Now, another point on either one, I didn't even think of it till just now, is you have to find your ball. Very first thing, you have to find your ball. You find your ball, then these 2 options apply, whichever one you're at. And that's pretty much it. Again, Rule 26-1 gives you the guidelines of what to do, how it plays, what this, just in case of whatever scenario what happens. This book right here was full with information. Me personally, I have about 5 or 6 rules that really pertain to me. Okay, one being out of bounds, one being water hazard, lateral water hazard, taking relief, playing an unplayable, and being out of bounds. So for me, those are the ones that really stick out. But I tend to go to the golf course and just challenge myself. Hey, if I hit my ball and I chunked it and it went behind a tree, what are my options? You know, say I take an unplayable. Okay, I can take the ball as far back as I want to, but if it's a big tall palm tree, there's real no advantage to me. I'm really going to take an extra shot anyways. I'm just going to punch it out left or right, either way. So, but this right here has so much information. I don't even know if they really sell them anymore. You might have to go to, you might get lucky to find one. But again, under rule 26-1 refers to water hazard or a lateral water hazard, and if your ball is inside, then it's gone. You're taking the stroke penalty either way. But if you were lucky enough like me, and again, this being a creek bed and there was no water here, find my ball, well, I'm playing stroke number 2 now. So it's real important that you find that you know the rules and you go by the rule. That's what they're there for. They're there for you to play, you know, they're there for you to play a decent round of golf. So I hope this was helpful to whoever decides to look at it. For me, a big part of it was my own knowledge of the 2 different ones. My first video in a long time, so I'm not sure if this is exact, but this is what I see. I mean, this is what I encountered. So, and again, different courses might have it different. You know, I know there's a place in Cimarron where there's an actual wash, but if you land in the wash, you get a free drop. You can't take it nowhere near the hole, but you get a free drop. So it's always nice to look at the back of the scorecard and find out what local rules apply, because the local rules supersede these right here. Local rules will always come first. These rules will come into play if local rules say so. If the local rule says on hole number 1, 2, and 3, if you land in the lake, you play from where it stopped or where you went in, no penalty. Okay, so you would play that hole to that rule. Everything else you would play to the regular rules of the SCGC. So again, this is Freddie, our Golfer Fred. Hope this helped out. Really took a lot of time and thinking about it and finding out about it. So if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to leave them on the bottom, and hit them long and straight and get them out there. Alrighty?